So here's the thing. If you are the kind of person who sees someone using Arch Linux and immediately thinks, oh great, here comes another elitist who won't shut up about their rice setup, you are not entirely wrong. But also, you are kind of missing the point. See, Arch users are not just customizing their terminals because they like pain. Well, maybe a little bit, but the real reason serious hackers are switching to Arch is not about being edgy, it is about control, precision, knowing every single package running on your system, and more importantly, knowing exactly how it got there. When you are exploiting software for a living, you start to notice the irony in running a bloated operating system with 300 background processes you have never heard of. Like, why is Windows Defender scanning my own malware? I built that. But let's be clear, Arch is not for beginners. It is for people who are done with fighting their tools. If Kaylee was your high school boyfriend, cool at first, but over time you realize he is messy, unstable, and breaks down at the worst moments, Arch is the one you build yourself, from scratch. Every piece intentional. You choose your window manager, your terminal emulator, your font, hell, your screenshot tool. It is do-it-yourself Linux, but make it hacker core. And if that sounds like overkill, congratulations, you are still sane. But here is why it matters. When you start getting deeper into hacking, like real exploitation work, binary analysis, OSINT automation, bypassing antivirus, you realize most distros are working against you. They are bloated, patched weird, and filled with packages some product manager thought you might need, and Arch gives you the opposite. A minimal base and the keys to the kingdom. You do not install a tool because it might be useful, you install it because you need it, and that mindset is exactly how top-tier hackers operate. Minimal surface area, maximum intention. I made the switch because I was tired of hunting bugs on machines that felt like digital junk drawers. I wanted a setup that did exactly what I told it to do, and nothing else. And once I built my own Arch environment with i3, Zesh, and a terminal that actually looked how I wanted, my workflow doubled in speed. Not just because it was lightweight, but because I built it. I knew it inside out. Now, if you are watching this and you are like, all right, I get it, Arch is cool, but I have no idea where to even start, you are not alone. Most people do not. The tutorials are either 9 hours long or assume you already know how to compile a kernel using a rock and a prayer. But here is the secret. Once you understand how systems actually work, like real Linux internals, networking, scripting, low-level file permissions, everything becomes easier. And building a system from scratch stops being scary and starts being kind of addicting. So you get why serious hackers switch to Arch, because control, precision, and no bloated junk. You know the kind of people who use Arch? The ones who walk into a CTF and do not panic when Burp Suite crashes. The ones who know what a CH root jail is. The ones who have their own .files repo and can escape a restricted shell without Googling it. These are the people who do not just do hacking as a hobby, they live it. And yeah, maybe they do talk a little too much about their terminal color scheme, but at least they are not booting up their virtual machine for 20 minutes just to ping localhost. The point is, Arch is not about being better. It is about being intentional. Building a system that reflects how you think, stripping away the noise so you can focus on the signal, and once you have felt that level of precision, it is really hard to go back. So yeah, call it overkill, call it a meme. But do not be surprised when that quiet Arch user next to you finds the vuln before you even finish running Nmap, because sometimes the best tool is the one you built yourself.